Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the Hbar family. I appreciate you guys, for tuning in. We are halfway through the year. This right here is the first update of the month of July. We're starting off on a little bit of a negative note. Obviously, when I pull out the charts, things will make more sense. We're seeing a little bit of a minor pullback. We did obviously anticipate a little bit of a battle between the bulls and the bears, but Bitcoin, that's what you want to understand right now. Bitcoin ended up closing the highest monthly candle in the history of Bitcoin existing. And that's something that we cannot forget right now. So we're seeing a little bit of a minor pullback. If you're looking at Hbar to be specific, we're seeing about a 1.5% retracement, currently sitting at 15 cents, but we're up about 0.1% in Bitcoin comparative. Now, if you're looking at the market cap, $6.3 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is at about 161 million. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So let's start off by taking a look at what's really happening with the dominance here. So if you're looking at the dominance index here, we know it came down to the likes of 65.03% just a few hours back, but it since has picked up. The reason why we're seeing the dominance picking up right now is due to the fact that Bitcoin has obviously seen a retracement from $108,755 down to $106,800. And as of recording this update, the $106,800 support line, I've obviously highlighted the importance of that quite some time, and it's quite interesting to see that the price is literally sitting right exactly at that support line. Before, this was a major resistance, we've been talking about countless of times, and right now it's really showing the importance of that, and we're currently being supported by that range, which again is always nice to see. But we want to see the support hold. If it's able to do that, I'm still projecting BTC could push up to the $109,000 and onwards as we do go further into the week. So BTC, of course, seeing a little bit of a minor pullback. Dominance has pulled up, which of course is the reason why we're seeing some red across the board. But if you're looking at it on a weekly time frame, still quite a bit of green across the market. But if you're looking at Hbar, still having a little bit of a hard time. We're still in the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level. What a lot of people are ignoring, and from what I have seen in the comments, a lot of people are obviously wanting to see the price skyrocket to the likes of the 23.6 and of course into the price discovery mode. But what you cannot forget is, even though we have seen quite a bit of volatility for the crypto market this year, pretty much since the start, you have seen the market see major shakeouts, but you have not seen the price of Hbar falling below the 78.6. We haven't even retested the 12.1 cents. Pretty much the only time we retested this was back in November of last year. That was the last time the price of Hbar touched the 78.6 support line. Since then, the price did not retest that, and that should really show you the demand and the way this is currently holding. Of course, there is huge amounts of liquidity around that range. A lot of money obviously piled up in terms of buy orders around that range, but we still did not see the price retest that, which again is quite impressive in my books. And we did come up to the 61.8 back in March, and retested the 0.50. But this time around, I personally think, I stated this a lot in my other updates as well, I think the price of Hbar would have actually been in the 61.8 if it weren't for the dominance. We need to understand that the dominance has risen quite tremendously pretty much since March, and that is also something that we need to factor in. But we want to turn this resistance into support. Obviously, we retested it just a few days back, but we want to turn this resistance into support before we start heading up to the likes of the 18.4 cents. So far so good. Still like what I'm seeing here. Let me know down below what you guys personally think. We'll see you later. Been Crypto ZX, and peace out.